Hello, welcome to my channel. Those of you who are new, a very big welcome, and let me give you a brief and quick introduction before we get started. My name is Dawn, and in December of 2016, I started a weight loss journey by following a low-carb diet. By 2019, I had lost 130 pounds, and middle of June of 2019, pretty much all my weight loss had stopped from that point. And then from 2019 until 2022, I had gained back 50 pounds. Not due to anything really that I did. I think it just had to do with my menopause and just various things, hormonal fluctuations, and all of that good stuff. Anyway, so I decided to have surgery, a weight loss surgery, the sleeve in Tijuana, and I used Go Light Bariatrics. I have previous videos explaining why I decided to have surgery, what the pre-op diet looks like, what vitamins are needed, and this video today I am going to actually focus on what my experience overall was with my surgery, because I had my sleeve on March 21st, so it's just been a little over 2 weeks, and so I just want to share basically how it went down. And while I was there, I did some recording for you guys. I didn't get as much as I wanted to because I was focused on recovering and stuff like that, but I did record like the hotel, the inside of the hotel room. There's a regular room and the recovery room. I recorded that, the bathrooms, and your room at Ciba Hospital, what it looks like as well. A description. I'm going to include a link, and that link is going to provide a list of all the many places to eat that are in the courtyard at the hotel, as well as their menu. So people that are taking a companion, you'll know what is there for them to eat while there. So anyway, so let's go ahead and let's get started. I arrived on a Sunday, March 20th, and I had discussed it with my patient coordinator that I was going to be arriving at 12:30. I knew that I was probably going to arrive sooner, but I wanted to give some buffer room in case there was an issue. We were driving into Tijuana, and so since were driving, we were instructed to park at Terminal 1. We got to Terminal 1, and the guy's like, there might be a spot here, there might not. But if that's the case, you don't have to worry about it, because no matter where you're at, they will come and get you, okay? I did cover that all in the, what happens when I get to Tijuana. So if you have any questions regarding that, go back and review that video. So we got there actually about noon to the airport, and about 12:10 or so, I received my text message from my driver saying that he will be here with me shortly. And I texted back and said, great, perfect, we're here, we'll just wait for you. We are in Terminal 1. I'd let him know what area in Terminal 1. And he said, oh, well, you're here, I'll come get you right now. He was literally there within minutes, so I think he was just parked waiting. Picked us up. He was very, very nice. He spoke, for those that are worried about language barrier, he spoke very clear English. He lived in San Diego. But he loaded up our stuff for us, and we just, we chit-chatted the whole way. It's about a 10-minute drive from the airport to the border, and then literally maybe, like 3 minutes from the border to the Courts Hotel. So we pull up to the Courts Hotel. He gets out, our driver gets out of the car, he takes out all of our luggage, and he walks us to the entrance of the hotel. We open, the doors open, and standing right there are the hotel coordinators waiting for you. like they're just waiting right there for you. And they're like, they have a little welcome bag for you that has a little plushie in it and some shakes and stuff. I did record that. I'll show that to you guys what it is. And they're just like, hello, and they're just so friendly, and they're just smiling, and they're welcoming you, and they introduce themselves. And so there's 2 hotel coordinators on staff, and once you get into the hotel, you are added to a group chat. It has the hotel coordinators, all the hotel coordinators, and then it has everybody who is staying at the hotel. Now keep in mind, in this group chat, there's people that are being added to the group every day, and there's people that are leaving the group every day. Because the people that are checking out, you leave the group chat and you won't get blown up with all of the text messages. Anyway, our room was not ready, which was, to be expected. We arrived like by 1 o'clock, easy before 1 o'clock. Our room wasn't ready. They said it won't be until about 3. And so the bellhop took our bags and put a tag on it, and they said, go and do what you want to do. So my husband was hungry. We went and we ate. And at this point, I could not have anything except water because I had not had my lab work done yet. So my lab work, I was scheduled to be picked up at the hotel at 3:15. So we just, like I said, we just hung out. My husband ate. And then we went out to the courtyard and walked around to see what was out there. We went downstairs to the main street in front of the hotel to see what was out there. And across the street from the hotel, there's a grocery store called Lay's. There's a place, a pho place, like a restaurant. There's a taco stand that's right there that's very busy. I heard the tacos are delicious. I couldn't have tacos, so I couldn't try them, but I heard the tacos were very delicious. There is a sports bar just a few, like a block up the road. That's all just right there. And there's a 7-Eleven down below that's the hotel. So there's like a place for snacks for 24/7. So we just went and checked it out. I got in my room right about 3 o'clock, just kind of freshened up real quick, and then I was texted on the group chat that my driver was there and it was time to go down. So I went down. It was just me. I guess other people were arriving later and people had arrived earlier. So it was literally just me and the driver. And he first took me to one location for my CT scan. But, he helps me out of the van, and he was very nice, a very good driver, spoke very good English, and he was just very, very friendly, and he literally helped me out of the van. We went up to the front desk. He went up and checked me in. Okay, so I got in there and I did my CT scan immediately, got out, we got back in the van, and then we drove over to SIBA, where the surgery is happening. And there I had my EKG and I had my blood work done. Got me on the very first prick. I mean, first time. These guys are all pretty good, I think, because a lot of people said it only took one try. So he got me on the first try. He was very friendly too. The staff, I just can't say enough for the staff. They're just all so sweet and go above and beyond and are always checking to make sure that you're okay. And they took my starting weight, they measured my hips, and they measured my how tall I was. And then they're like, okay, let's go. And even before, I should backtrack just a little tiny bit. Before we even got in the van, the driver reminded me. He says, do you have your protein shake with you, Miss Dawn? He said, because once you get your labs done, he's like, you got to be sure to get your protein in. And I'm like, yep, I have it. I'm all good, But I just really wasn't hungry. I think we just had too much going on. So I just didn't even have it. I did take a water, though. So that was the pre-op stuff. It happened really fast. They took me back to the hotel, And then literally it just chilled in the hotel until it was time to go the next morning. We had to be down. They break you up in groups, like they'll tell you what time you need to be down there. So there was, let's see, I think 3 of us and our companions. We were the first set of group to go in the morning, and we had to be down there at 6:45. So we got down there, and I mean, the driver, they were right there. They loaded us up. We all got in the car, all in the van. We were all excited. We were all nervous, but we went to SIBA, and then we went into the waiting room, and we waited just for a second. From there, it's kind of weird, because then once you get to the hospital, SIBA Hospital, then you get added to a hospital group chat. Then you have hospital coordinators. They're the ones that they take care of anything. If there's a language barrier, like if you feel that you cannot express yourself or you're not understanding what your nurses are saying or anybody, you just text them and they come to your room. If you, when it gets to the point where you can have broth and popsicles and stuff like that, if you want some, you text your hotel, you will text your hospital coordinator, and they'll bring you broth and popsicles. Now the nurse will bring you some in the morning, and they'll bring you some, but if you want some in between that, you just contact your hospital coordinator. So it went really fast. I got into my room. I was scheduled for 10 a.m. and I'm pretty sure I had it before 10 a.m. But I got there, I recorded the room, so like I said, I'll be sure to show that to you. You'll see it after I break it all down real quick. But they give you a gown, you put your gown on, they come in, they put the compression socks on you, like there's one person on one foot putting it on, and there's somebody on the other foot putting it on, and they're like, come on, and they put you in a wheelchair and they wheel you off. And we got there, and I didn't really know if I was supposed to get up. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And, the nurse, he just comes over and stands in front of me, and he holds his hands out, and he takes my, and he's like, come on. He was just like, they're just so nice. And so I walked into the surgery room, and there's the table, and they're all just standing around, just like waiting for me to, so I go, and I lay down on the bed, and they've got the little, like the bars so your arms can be out, and they're hooking up the oxygen, the IV. Oh, they put the IV in me before I left the room, and they did it right here, first try, first poke. I don't really remember anything. It just like happened like that. I was told that when I was out, they were going to do the endoscopy. So they do the endoscopy to see if you need any hernia repair or anything like that. The CT scan that you had previously would have showed you if you had gallstones or anything like that, or any other type of issues where they needed to take your gallbladder out, etc. Before I knew it, I was waking up in my room. I don't remember being transferred. I don't remember being wheeled to my room. I don't remember being put off one bed onto the other bed. Wasn't awake, didn't feel it, didn't even budge. I started to come to, and my eyes weren't even open yet, and I felt nauseous. Like, from the anesthesia, it's a very common thing for people. I just went, oh, and like that, and the nurse comes in, and she's like, hi, how are you doing? And she's just talking, and she's just sweet, and I'm just kind of like, oh, I said I feel sick, and she's like, that's normal, that's very common, it's okay, it's all right that you feel sick. And they had, of course, like the little things, right there next to the bedside, because they do expect it. And so she was doing stuff for me, and she was giving me, administering medication, because I guess as soon as you wake up, they give you something else. They start giving you pain meds, antacids, like they just constantly are doing that. Anyway, so I threw up, and you guys, it hurt. It hurt to have 4 spots on your stomach. I had 3 incisions and then a drain tube. And to throw up when you just had stomach surgery hurt. It hurts. I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't hurt. Dr. Z, he comes in every single morning and checks on you. He came in prior to surgery, asked me if I had any questions or anything like that. I said, no, I did not have any questions. He's like, you're going to do great. He says, you know what? He goes, today's going to be tough. He goes, this is the toughest day. He goes, but you can do this. And he squeezes my hand and he leaves. And, for a lot of people that first day, I mean, it is rough. I'm not going to say it's not rough, but thank goodness, like, one of the things that hurts the most is not even your incisions. I guess it's the gas that's trapped because, like, they blow up your stomach. They blow it up with air, and then and they do everything. And so you have a lot of air trapped inside your body, like literally inside your body, and those gas bubbles move. And they cause pain and discomfort. And when you walk, it makes all that come out. Like it makes it come out. Like whenever I walked around, I was just kind of doing little burps, like little belches the whole time I was walking. But the thing is, for me, and I am really lucky, and I know it because I've heard from other people, they've just talked about how painful it was. I did not really have that gas. Or I did, and it just didn't bother me. I don't know. I didn't feel any pain from that. I definitely felt bloated and swollen and all of that from it, but I didn't. It didn't hurt. Like there's people that were. I heard them in the other room. Like it sounded like when I was in the hospital when people were in labor, like they were in the other room moaning and just and so. For some people, it can be really bad. And so they will keep up with you on your medication. For nausea, they'll keep up with you for your pain medication. And then they also give you, like I said, an antacid. So my first day, I couldn't walk as soon as, they want you to walk as soon as you can. They don't push you, like they're not like, wake up from your surgery, get up, get up, get up. You can do it on your time, okay? Don't feel pressured. If you're not ready to get up, don't get up. I was still nauseous. I could not really open my eyes and very much, and let alone get up and walk. So I did not even get my first walk in until about 6 o'clock in the evening. And so, and even with that, it was okay. I know there was other people out walking, but it was, I did what I could do. And there was some people that didn't get out at all the very first day. But I got out and I did my walk. I did 2 laps on my floor, and I went back and I sat down. Not sat down, but I went back into bed. They want you to do it every hour, like for at least 15 minutes. But you, like I said, you just do what you can do. If you want to walk more, walk more. So that first day was a little bit rough. Getting in and out of the bed, it was rough. I'm so glad my husband was there to help me because, they do have, the hospital beds where you can, lift it up and down and raise it so that you don't have to use your stomach as much, but you still have to use some. So, and it's the top part right here. So that got done. So, day 2 is literally, you guys, like night and day. You wake up feeling so much better. Like you're like, wow, you feel like night and day. So that first day is the day you just gotta hang tough, you guys. The first day. First thing in the morning, they came in at like 7 o'clock in the morning and grabbed me, and we were off for my leak test. And they put you in a wheelchair. You didn't have to walk, and they took you, and you're just kind of lined up. Somebody goes in, you come out, you go in. The guy asks you, what kind of girl are you? Are you a tequila girl? Are you a vodka girl? Or rum? What you want? And you pick what shot you want. It doesn't matter because you all get the same little. You get this little drink. He's like, here's your shot. Go ahead and drink it down. And so you drink it and you stand in front of this thing, and it watches. You'll see it go down and you'll see it go into your stomach. I will put my leak test on here for you guys to see it, and you can see it go in the stomach, and if nothing leaks, you can have water and broth and popsicles and stuff like that at this time. Now you can put stuff in your stomach. You couldn't drink anything, nothing the first day, and that's hard. Your mouth gets dry. I had biotin spray. So that day I did a lot of walking. My laps, I would just keep going and going and going and going. I will say, my nurses, the night nurse for my first night, this is one thing that, that did bother me. I don't know what happened to him. He ghosted me, like literally ghosted me. He came in and he introduced himself. I remember he told me his name was Martin. And I remember opening my eyes and going, Martin, you know, like on I don't know, I think it was like Gabriel Iglesias, the fluffy guy. He's like, Martin. And so I'm like, hey, Martin. And like I closed my eyes again and went back to sleep. I woke up because my IV bag was empty, and when it emptied, it beeped. He came in and he turned it off, and then he left. And I never saw him again the rest of the night. My bag stayed empty. I didn't receive any medication, no pain meds or nothing like that. And so I was really confused because I was like, okay, so I called and you know, he come in and I told him, I says, am I supposed to be getting medicine? Oh, yeah. Okay, I can, you know, and he would leave, and then he'd never come back. And so I'm just like, and I told my husband, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm not supposed to be getting it now. I don't know. I should have messaged my hospital coordinator and asked them. They're available 24 hours. I should have texted them and said, hey, can you please check to see if I'm supposed to have pain medication? I'm in pain. I haven't received anything, you know, all night or anything like that. But I didn't. I was just trying. I kept falling asleep. Like I just couldn't stay awake long enough to do anything. Like I didn't even text my kids or anything. You know, like I was just recovering. You know. So the new doctor came in the morning, and I asked him. I said, "Am I supposed to have a new IV bag? Like, am I supposed to, or is this supposed to get disconnected, or?" Like, what's going on? Like, I haven't had one. I literally woke up in the morning with a headache. And I know my body well enough. So I told my husband, I said, I have a headache, and I'm pretty sure it's because I'm dehydrated. Because we couldn't drink anything. And I said, I'm pretty sure it's because my IV bag has been empty. And so the new doctor for the day came in to see me and introduced himself. And I asked him about it. And I said, is this supposed to have water in it? Like what's going on with that? And he looks and he's like, yes. And I said, because it hasn't been done all night. And I said, and what about, am I still supposed to receive pain medicine? And he kind of had a very confused look on his face. And he was like, yes. He goes, we'll get that for you immediately. And so that nurse came in and she switched it. It was actually still Martine. And he came in and he switched it and he gave me the medication. And as soon as the new IV got going, my headache went away almost instantly. So it was due to dehydration. That was my only really complaint about the care was that night. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if he just got super busy. I don't know if people called in sick. And because I was not one who was moaning and weeping and stuff, I wasn't a priority maybe. I don't know what happened. I did leave that information on a survey that we were asked to fill out afterwards. I put that he ghosted me and his name and what happened. So that's the only complaint really that I have. He was nice the 2 seconds I seen him, but his care, like I said, I don't know what happened. He ghosted me. The second day, towards the end of the day or so, they take your drain out. You guys, I cannot tell you how much better it feels when they take your drain out. Oh my gosh, if they took it out, I felt like a new woman. like the pain that I had in my side over here, that's where it hurt the most, was that spot. And I was thinking that must be where they pulled everything out of, that must have been the hole. Nope, it was literally caused by the drain. Once they pulled it out, it didn't really hurt. It just felt weird. Other people said it hurt, so I don't know. I don't know if I just have a high pain tolerance. I mean, I know I do, but I don't know. When it comes to surgery, it's like a little different. But anyway, it didn't really hurt. It just kind of felt weird. They have you take a deep breath and they pull and they take it out. And it's very deep. You see it get inserted in your surgery video. And so anyway, I stayed the next night in, just recovering, and then in the morning we were taken back to the hotel for our last day of recovery. We enter in, and it was the same thing again. You go in and you're immediately met with your hotel coordinators, and my room was actually ready. I didn't think it was going to be ready. We got there at like 11:15 maybe, and they said, okay, come on, and they took me. The third floor is full of recovery rooms. So I did get a room on the third floor, so I was fortunate enough to get a recovery room. It really wouldn't have mattered to me either way, because I was very comfortable in both. And so you'll see a video of the recovery room that I have on here. And my husband and I, we just chilled. My husband brought his Xbox so that we could have like Hulu and Netflix and all of that stuff. At the hospital, while you're there, the TV there has Netflix, but the hotel does not have anything like that. So just so you guys know. I just was able to call room service to get my broth and popsicles and sugar-free Jell-O. They would just bring it up to my room for me, give a guy a tip. And my husband, and he went and got food at the courtyard. While he was at SEBA, the hospital, when you go outside, there is a little restaurant to your right that my husband absolutely loved. He went there for breakfast and lunch. And then in the parking lot, a little bit towards, a little farther out, there is a Kentucky Fried Chicken. So he went there. And so just kind of something so your people know, your companions know what there is to eat while at the hospital as well. Just know that you cannot bring any food into the hospital. So that is basically that. So, but that is my experience with Go Light. The doctor, he was very, very nice. I did not get a whole lot of one-on-one time with him, but I didn't have any questions either. He came, like I said, he comes every morning to check in, and he came to say goodbye. And, he checked, do you have questions? And I didn't have any. I did not have any questions. The second day, it's also kind of a whirlwind because, you get your leak test, you get your drain taken out. The nutritionist comes in and she goes over with you, do you understand the post-op diet? And then she goes and she explains it all to you, even though you say yes. And she tells you her recommendations for it. She tells you what vegetables are the best vegetables to eat. What's really good snacks for you. She says ricotta cheese and hummus is great. She's on soft food phase. They're very good things to eat. And so it kind of was a whirlwind. And she spoke very quickly. And afterwards I was like, okay, wait a minute. Once I got home, I did have questions for her. But the great thing about Go Light Bariatrics is they all are on their Facebook, their personal page. She says, friend request me. She says, request me, and she goes, you can ask me and talk to me at any time about any questions. And they're also available to you for, I'm so sorry, on the Facebook group. You can go on there and you can either tag them, mention them in the comment, or you can just straight up just instant, message them. I messaged Dr. Z because I started having a reaction, like a rash reaction to the medication, and so I took a picture and I sent it to him, and he and I talked. He told me, like what to stop taking, what not, all that stuff. And so they're available. They are available to you, regardless if you don't remember anything. Like I kind of like, oh my gosh, I left, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't remember. So, so then on Thursday morning, it was time to leave. Got a text message saying that our driver is going to be here between this time and this time. Come downstairs. We were taken to the airport by, her name was Patricia, and she was super nice, and we got to the airport like that. Like, it was crazy how fast we got through. You get to take the medical lane, and there was no wait this time when we went in the morning. So the groups that go later may not be so lucky, but those morning ones, we were able to go right through. So, and we got to our car, and we were home back here in Tucson by 3:30. So, recovery was the first week. For people who know me, I don't take it easy. I don't ever, after my cesareans, I remember I was out stacking wood, chopping wood, doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. That wasn't the case this time. I took my full time. I let my family know I am not cleaning the house. I am not cooking. I'm not doing anything. You're going to do it all. And so they took care of everything for the first week. And the second week, I kind of chipped in a little bit here and there. I was sore. My one spot that was where the main not drain was, but where they pulled everything out, like your stomach and everything out, I had like a little bit of bruising around it. That spot was sore. I'm feeling really good now, and yeah, I'm good. I'm really good, and I lost 8 pounds since surgery. The first week I didn't lose anything at all, and I knew that was going to happen because I was really swollen still. It literally wasn't until a week and a half after my surgery that I was back down to my pre-surgery weight. And then after that, I was losing like a pound, or actually about a half a pound a day. And yesterday, I've kind of stayed the same weight. I've just fluctuated in ounces for the last couple days. And I actually went up a pound yesterday. Yeah, I weigh myself every morning, and then I keep track of it. And then what I do is I take all of those for the week and add them together, and then divide it by 7 to get what my overall average weight is. Because for me, I fluctuate. I can fluctuate 3 pounds one day and the next day, and that can just get too frustrating. So that's what I do. I weigh myself every single day, and I write it down. I add it up, divide it by 7, and then that's what I get for my weight. So that's how I do it. So, but yeah, yesterday I had my first soft food meal. I had 4 ounces of ricotta bake, which was really good. But I'm literally up over a pound today. So I don't know. But anyway, that is everything. And like I said, be sure to check my description. In the description for the link for the hotel menu. And then also I'm going to post the room, the hotel room, the hotel recovery room, and the SEBA room. So that, because a lot of people are really misconstrued about Tijuana. Like, I don't really understand what they think it is, but people are always like, I'm so surprised how clean it is here. I'm so surprised this and that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you all making yourself sound so horrible. I hope you all know that. You sound horrible. You sound like a horrible person. I don't think that is necessarily your intent, but you sound like a horrible person. If you are a light sleeper, I fortunately am not a light sleeper. I come from a large family. I have a large family, growing up, large family of my own. We have a loud household. We're loud. We got music going, TV going. We're laughing, yelling, yelling like at each other in the other room, like, making jokes, singing. We're a loud household. So for me, it didn't bother me. But I'm going to say this in case you are. The hospital is loud. Everything echoes in there. And I was right next to the nurse's station, and they were in there cutting up. They were at the nurse's station cutting up all day, all night, cracking up laughing. All of them burst out laughing at once. They might as well have been in the room with me. I woke up several times because they woke me up. People walk in the halls. They got to take their IV with them, so you hear, it's like a stroller. You hear it, and then they'll be talking, and you won't even necessarily be talking loud, but it echoes, and it sounds like it's right there. So I just wanted you to know that hospital is not quiet. There's a lot going on, especially in the mornings. In the mornings, you got people going for the leak test, and then you got people shown their room that are going off to surgery. So, and that's all happening in the mornings. So it's kind of crazy in the morning, and you don't expect, you have to go in and knowing that, and you can't expect that you're going to get a lot of rest. And then the hotel, people also complained about it being loud. I thought it was where I was at, it was very quiet. People that were closer to the pool said that it was loud, the people outdoors. And then also, if you were more ground level, the taco stand that I was talking about, like they play music at night. And then there's also, I guess, a bar, like right there. I don't know if it's in the courtyard or what, I don't know. But apparently the bar plays music on Friday and Saturday nights till 2-something in the morning. And it's really hard for people because there's people who have a room like right above it, and they were like, I can't do it. They're like, I can't, this is ridiculous. It's So there is that. I just want to kind of I did not have that issue. I slept, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So like when you get checked into a room, maybe it's something you can inquire about and be like, hey, I don't want to be next to the nurse's station. And when you're at the hotel, I don't want to be bothered by the taco stand, the road noise. I mean, I love the road noise. I just open my window and I listen to the traffic, and I like it. That's so soothing to me, but to others maybe not. So anyway, so that is my experience with Go Light for the day of my surgery, and I hope that this process, like I said, it helps to just let everybody know kind of how easy it was. Like it was like bam, 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 easy schmeezy, in and out. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay? All right. Peace.
Got a nice rain shower. And the price of the hotel is included in the price of your surgery package, just so you know. And here is our room. Big TV. Oh, let me back up a little. And then, yeah. place is cute.
Oh, you doing a panoramic?
Yeah, all the little things. Look at. And it's pretty. Yeah, I want to. After those ladies leave, we're gonna go over there to that pink phone booth over there.
Look, that's like a Gumby.
Woo! We're gonna go over there. Right there. Okay, so I'm in my room, and it's not super big, but you know, it doesn't need to be. Let me turn here. There's my bed for the companion there. My bed. There's a TV here, has Netflix on it. And then there's a great big, nice walk-in shower. And a nice bathroom here, little bathroom. So, but this is it. I don't know if this is standard size for all rooms, but this is the room we have. And like I said, I'm fine with it. I'm not on vacation. I'm having surgery. So I just basically just do a loop on this floor. Sorry, I just wipe my face a little. And definitely as I walk. Okay, so here is the bathroom. It's nice, got grab bars. That's really nice. They didn't have grab bars at the toilets at the hospital, which was really weird to me. Shower chair, got a little handle, handheld, and then also there's a spout there. So that's really nice. I am sore from walking around. They took my IV out really early, so I haven't had pain meds in a while. Okay, so here's the companion's bed for them to sleep on. And you, of course, can move these cushions to make the bed bigger. And then there's my bed. And apparently this bed is adjustable. Yes, here's the remote. So I can make the bed higher, lower, elevate it, anything I need to do to be comfortable. And that is it. It's simple and convenient and very nice. We have huge windows, which I absolutely love. So this is a recovery room at the Quartz Hotel and Spa.